another video. I know that today is Friday, so guys, um, I hope that this video does find you well and that you guys enjoy this as much as I like showing you guys my videos. Um, there is going to be a proxy in here that hasn't came out yet, which is Gigamesh, which I'm not really going to get into his effects. Uh, I would probably like scrape through his effects barely, but yeah. So this here is my DD, my mythical DDD deck. I call it mythical DDD deck because I didn't want to say the DDD beast or beast DDD or DDD mythical or whatever, or another Supreme King version, because yes, there is a part of the Supreme King engine in here. But yeah, I want to get straight into this deck list because um, I'm hoping that a lot of things will go a little bit better this time around. Because sometimes I do have problems with my camera, but that's just me. Um, I'm working on that, guys. So please bear with me. So let's get into this list. But before we get into this list, I want to give a huge shout out to this group that I found. Um, it was actually a really good group. I'll mention their name later down the line in my next video. Um, they actually got me into dueling Nexus. So when I'm unable to duel on my own, you can go to when you're unable to duel on your own, you can go to dueling Nexus. And of course, I want to if the group will allow me to, I would like to promote them. So please check out the group. Again, in my next video, I will like tell you guys what the group is, and you can go to Facebook or Messenger and hit me up, and I'll add you guys to the group. Um, on November, I'm sorry if this goes against the group's rules, but on November 14th, we through I do believe the 16th, we are having like a 3-day tournament for Dueling Nexus, which I'm extremely excited for. I I have so many decks that I'm making right now in on Dueling Nexus, and I don't know which ones I'm gonna use. So okay, so let's begin with this deck list. Oh, and before we, okay, sorry, I know I'm taking too long, but like, before we do begin again, um, I want to take this opportunity to tell you guys that I am going to be doing a specials on every Thursday now, and every Thursday will be for beginners and veterans that are coming back into the game. So yeah, keep an eye out for those. So starting off with the three ofs, we run three DD Swirl Slime. Now, with DD Swirl Slime's effect, you actually get the chance to fusion use him for fusion summoning from your hand. Not only that, but to you also gain the ability to monster from your hand by banishing it from the graveyard, which is truly amazing in a lot of ways. And of course, it makes for good synchro material if you use the right materials. The next three of we're running is 3DD Savant Capillaire. Capillaire is like your main Foolish Burial of the DDD side. You get to dump one Spell Trap card, or you get to dump one Dark Contract. We do use them in the Pendulum Scales. The next three of that we run is the main three Lamia. Oh, what's going on with my focus here? Okay, so we do run three DD Lamia. Lamia is your main tuner of the deck, the only tuner of the deck actually. If you're running this Varus, this card is extremely good because you get a special summon it back from the graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Discarding one DD or Dark Contract and or fields the graveyard. So that is so good. Like you cannot deny that ability. So you can normal it, then special it back, or pendulum it with one of the Supreme King monsters. The next one that we run three of is the main boss monster of the deck, which is 3 DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. Now, Ragnarok's effect is extremely good. He lets you special summon monsters back from your graveyard when he is no more special summon. Not only that, but when he's in the zone and your pendulum zone, you get the ability to special summon but take 1,000. You'd special summon uh, one DD monster from your graveyard. You get a target. You get a special summon it, except during the damage step. If you were to special summon a DD monster, so you have him in the skill, you special summon Genghis, you have Lamia in the graveyard, then effect special Lamia right back to the field, synchro for whatever you're gonna synchro for. So that actually does come in handy a lot, and of course the effect that you contribute one D monster, banish one monster your opponent controls is absolutely phenomenal. Good rank 8 material. The last three ofs that we run on the deck, which you absolutely have to run three, is your main search engine for your dark contracts, which is DD Capillary. DD Savant Capillary. Savant Capillary allows you to bring back to return. He's technically a compulsory and a searcher at the same time. So you normal summon or special him. In fact, you could just bounce one of your monsters back to your hand. So if you actually want to pop off on Ragnarok's effect again, you have a second. You have a Sworn Slime in your graveyard. You have a Ragnarok in your scale or on your field. No, you have him on your field. Just normal effect, bounce, banish, special, bring back, which is actually extremely good. But also, you get to, with him, you get to search out one dark contract card from your deck to your hand, which helps out tremendously. That's all of the three ofs for the DDs and DDs. Going into the two ofs, we only run one of the two ofs, which is the main two of that you always want to see, which is DD Savin Thomas. Savin Thomas, when he's in the monster zone, you get to destroy one of your scales, and then effect just special summon a level 8 DD monster. One level 8 DDD monster from your main deck, but its effects are negated. Who cares about the effects at this point? But also good rank 8 plays. Also, when you have them in your scale, you get to essentially just add a DD or DDD monster back from your pendulum, one face up pendulum DDD or DD monster from your extra deck back to your hand. So that's actually pretty good. Now in the one ofs, we do run one Necro Slime. Necro Slime is that one that you get to banish from your graveyard to a you get to banish it from your graveyard to fusion again. So that actually does come in handy when using a 3 card combo. And then of course, sorry. Okay, guys, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so we do use we are proxying one DD Savant Newton for now because we don't have Savant Newton, but when we get him, you will see him in the sleeve, and I will show you guys an update on this. But right now we are doing a proxying a Savant Newton mainly because it's a 3 Dark Worm. Dark Worm is your main search for your Supreme King Gates. And not only that, but he also makes for good link material when milled to the graveyard. Just effects special if you control no monsters, and you get to pop off on a lot of things, which is extremely valuable. Now the next monster, we only have one real one of it, which I want to give credit to my friend Ruben. Please check out my other video if you haven't already done so, which the last video I made is dedicated to him. But the other two are just proxies, so we are running 3 Master Cybers, real, fake proxies, real one. Master Cybers is extremely good because you get to banish one of your opponent's monsters after removing 4 spell counters from your from your from him, and upon removing the 4 spell counters, you actually essentially get the chance to banish one of your opponent's monsters and then take its attack, its current attack. Oh no, its original attack until the end of your opponent's turn. So that is extremely good. You activate that during your opponent's turn and until the end of his turn, or you activate it until your turn, and then it stays all the way until the end of his turn. So that's something that's extremely good. like an attack gainer, and of course good rank 8 materials. I'm thinking about throwing more rank 8s into the deck. We are running 2 Mythical Beast Jackal. Sorry, we already hit the 2 ofs, which is the only 2 of that we run. Mainly because he is your main one to special your Cerberus onto the field if you cannot pendulum him at that precise moment. So he is the one to go for. And besides, you get a pendulum summon him easier. Going into the 1 ofs, we have 3 1 ofs. One Supreme King Gate 0, mainly for the scale of 0. Supreme King Gate Infinity, mainly because if you actually use him right, you can actually pendulum summon, then effect just like pop off on a lot of things with Electromite. And then of course, one Mythical Beast Garda. Uh, remove 2 spell counters from anywhere. Remove 3 spell counters from your field. Special summon this card from your hand. So I don't see why they would have that. I mean, like if it was a higher level, yes, I'd understand, but that's awkward. You could just normal him and be done with it, or pendulum him and like literally be done with it. But I'm seriously trying to get rid of this one for Mythical Beast King Jackal. That is all for the monsters. That is a lot of monsters. As you can see, that is wow. That is a lot of monsters. Okay, so going into the spells and traps, the 3 ofs that we run so far are 3 gates. This is your search engine. This is the one that you use to search out all your DD and DDD monsters. And of course, you have to take 1000 damage during each of your standby phases, which is not really that bad. It's really not effective when you have certain cards in the field. Next, we run 3 Allure of Darkness. Draw power. This is a 42 card deck, so I am running 3. Even at 40, you would still want to run 3. I'm thinking about moving this deck down to 40 again, but who knows. So this card is extremely good. Hopefully, you guys already know what it is. This Thursday, if I remember, I'm going to be talking about how to set up your trade binder and so forth. Going into the 1 ofs, we run um, one Swamp King is for extra fusion because you always want to fusion summon for bigger monsters. 1 for 1 to get out your Lamia, your Jackal, your or your Kepler, which is a lot better. Foolish Burial mainly because you might want to like mill your Dark Worm or your what's it called? What's it called? I had it at the tip of my tongue. Or your Swirl Slime or Necro Slime. That's all for the spells. Moving on into the traps. I don't really have a side deck for this deck, so I will let you guys know. So we are running 1 Dark Contract with the Witch. By its effect during your opponent's turn only, every Fiend type monster gains 1000. And that's only during your opponent's turn. Also, you get to discard 1 DD or Dark Contract and destroy 1 card on the field, so that actually does help out. Dark Contract with the errors, mainly because you actually control, if you control a DD monster, you essentially get to negate all effects, all trap card effects. So your opponent would try to like, you attack your, and you have a DDD or D, that actually pulls you out of a lot. Solemn Strike, mainly because you want to negate some effects. Was it? You want to negate some monster effects, and of course, you want to negate some special summonings. I am thinking about taking out um, one of the monsters in my deck to add a 4th trap. I'm not too sure. I want to throw in Dark Contract with the Eternal Darkness or Solemn Warning, but it's all based on how that goes. Moving on into the extra deck, I do believe we only have 2 proxies. No, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. So let's get into this, shall we? One Flame King Genghis. I want to get the High Flame King Genghis so I can take out some cards and add him in and then the new fusion for Armageddon. But for now, I'm only running one of Flame King Genghis. Essentially good because when you normal special summon a monster, no wait, when you special summon a monster, a DD monster, effect you just get a special summon one monster back, one DD or DDD monster from your graveyard, so that helps out tremendously. Oracle King Dark mainly because if a duel lasts on too long, which usually it doesn't, but if it lasts on too long and you're taking major points from your dark contracts and you can't get rid of them, this card on the field will help you like keep your life points going up instead of down. Beowulf mainly because good rank 8 plays, a part of the 4 card combo, which I mentioned in one of my previous videos. I don't remember which one it was. But also because during your standby phase, you can destroy all spell traps and spell trap zones. So, that's actually pretty good in every sense. Um, one DDD Wave Oblivion Kings. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this one with a voice. One DDD Wave Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok. The reason why we run him is mainly because of the fact that he essentially just attacks, take your opponent's monster, equip it to him, he gains that monster's attack. That is like an over freaking powered, and there's no limit to how much you can equip to him, as long as you don't run out of room in your spell and trap zones. One DDD Gus King Alexander. Gus King Alexander is mainly your card for bringing back your Lamias from your graveyard if you actually need to. He is a good card. He is a level 7, um, but he is a main card in the deck that you always have to run. In the extra deck that you always have to run. One DDD Cursed King Siegfried. Siegfried is the card that you use to negate all of your opponent's spells and traps. So your opponent tries to activate a Raigeki effect negate and then so forth. Um, it's actually pretty good. It's really really good. You never want to use him as your rank 8s or anything. Next is Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon is so freaking good. Like it is, I find it so broken. Cause get this, once per turn, when another monster's effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do destroy that monster. And if you do that, this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack until the end of this turn. Yeah, 3,000 attack plus say your opponent's monster was a 4,000 attack monster. Just a quick effect negate, destroyed. He gains that 7,000 freaking attack. And if your opponent special summoned during activating a monster's effect during your turn, well, deuces. Either way, this card gains attack. Okay, so if this card battles an opponent's level 5 or higher monster during damage calculation, this card gains attack equal to the current level of your opponent's monster during battle damage during damage calculation only. So damn, you won't even get this card destroyed. Like it will seriously just like stay on the field. One high one DDD Gust High King Alexander. Mainly because he is a level 10. Yes. Um, extremely easy to hit in this deck. I mean, like you can easily just like normal special Ragnarok, special pendulum Kepler after normaling Lamia, then just synchro for him and yeah. But this one's effect is it's better than its original counterpart because this one you get a special summon any DD or DDD monster, whether the level is higher than 4 or not. And not only that, I forgot to mention, not only that, but his attack becomes 6,000 when you have three or more DDD monsters on the field, and it includes himself. So that's extremely good. one one DDD Super Doom King Brightest Armageddon. Bright Armageddon. This one is your card that you're gonna mainly use when going up against your opponent's when your opponent is using a pendulum based deck like Zephyra's, Pendulum Magicians, so forth, so forth. This card is the one that you want to use. This card is the one that you're gonna want to use to completely annihilate your opponent, and of course, easy to pendulum summon back because we have a scale of 13. If your opponent happens to Raigeki, you don't even do anything about it. One Kali Yuga, mainly because Kali Yuga just wipes everything off of the field. Um, all spells and traps on the field. Yeah, he wipes all spells and traps off the field. When he's special summoned, everything's negated. Also, yeah, so like all the cards on the field are negated, and cards on the field cannot activate their cannot be activated. All their cards and their effects on the field cannot be activated. So that's actually extremely good. We are proxying one Hope Harbinger mainly because the other Hope Harbinger is in my Odd Eyes Abyss actors, which I'll be bringing you guys a new updated version of the deck on Monday. So that's actually going to help out tremendously because there is something that I've added, some new stuff that I added, which is extremely good. Harbinger is mainly because you get a negate, eat, and then switch all attack targets to him. One number 68, Sanafond, the Sky Prison, mainly because he becomes indestructible by detaching one XC material. Well, indestructible by card effects. Neither player can special summon from the graveyards, which is fairly okay. And and of course, he gains attack up 100. He gains 100 times the number. He gains attack of 100 times the number of monsters in your graveyard. This card is extremely good to run in the Super Heavy Samurais if you're running Super Heavy Sams. One proxy mainly to open up new sides for when you pendulum summon. One Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is when he's link summon, you get a special summon two. You get to place two. You get to set your scales up with DD monsters, and then take 1,000. And when he's destroyed, you get to special summon a DD monster back from your graveyard. So that is truly fantastic. And of course, one Electromite because this is a pendulum based deck, so you're gonna want to have Electromite. Well, that's all for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do ask that you please forgive me about the proxies. If you haven't, so please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be updated of every video I upload every Monday, Wednesday, now Thursdays for the specials for beginners and why am I always saying uh, and veterans that are coming back into the game, and then of course Fridays because Fridays are regular video days. If if you guys haven't already done so, please burn that like button with your Amaterasu or Fireball Jutsu. It means so much to me, guys. It literally does. If I asked to reach my goal at least subscribers, because that's exactly where I want to be at with my channel. And I'll see you guys back here on Monday.